Hey, Jackie already threw us on live, just to let you know.
Well, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Younger Life Live. I'm Rick Federici.
And I'm Mary Anthony.
Oh, my gosh.
So we're back to normal today.
Yes.
I know I missed you. I was dying to hear about your guys.
Oh,
I know it. I was dying to know how your vacation was going.
Mm-hmm.
We thought a lot about bothering you, but we thought
You
also
could
we
call
weren't
me
going
anytime
to.
you want.
We didn't want to bother you on vacation. It's fine.
Do I look a little tan?
You look really tan.
Okay, I feel really tan.
You are really tan. That's what I said. I can tell. You've been outdoors.
So outdoors.
A ton.
Can I tell you the amount of things that I did? You are going to be so proud of me. I not only was hiking, biking, swimming in the ocean, swimming at the place where we stayed, the hotel. We did walks that were epic for Rick Federici and family, not only in gym shoes and normal good shoes, but in sandals.
Flip-flops and stuff.
Flip-flops.
That's so me,
And the note to self is, and I know you guys are leaving on vacation in a handful of days, do not go on the sand when it's hot with your bare feet. And I was being a smart guy. I thought, my daughter's like, Dad, don't take off the sandals. And I literally whipped them off and back. And I started running and I'm like, I didn't know what to do.
You're like, hot coals, like you're running across a fire. That's funny. It is terrible. I mean, you can actually cause burns on your feet.
Well,
I mean,
believe me, I was doing, you make me want to
Yeah. Talk about workout right there, man.
Oh,
that's
crazy.
Awesome. That's awesome. So tell us about, you went biking. Did you guys rent bikes? I mean, surely you didn't take your bikes.
No, we did not.
Yeah.
And they were real nice bikes from the place that we stayed at.
Oh, that's nice.
Nothing compares to the Bike Stop bikes.
Certainly.
In Michigan City. Nothing compares to, and I put it a mix between like a beach bike, like the big 2B regular handlebars and a nice bike. But man, Mary, some of the footage I started getting, you talk about inclines and you talk about hills and different, areas. You're talking straight up when you're going along the Pacific Coast Highway. So you're going from Long Beach into Huntington Beach, into, Corona del Mar, into Newport, into Laguna, into La Jolla. So, I mean, I'm up along the coast there. That's a big stretch.
Wow.
The people that were riding bikes, it was like a way of life. It wasn't even like
that's
5
fantastic.
or 6 people.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. Crazy.
That's amazing. And that is the point. It is a way of life. And that's what we try to promote here. And I try to adopt some of those things into my own life about making those lifestyle changes, not just for, Tour de la Poor, not just for a challenge on our show, just really try to incorporate that into our lives on a regular basis. And it's a start over every day, because there are weeks where I'll go I'll go, oh my goodness, I have not gone for a walk or a run or a bike ride. And okay, starting tomorrow, I'm going to get back on that and start over and try to make that a way of life. And eventually I hope it sticks. Well, I'm working towards it.
Let me throw this out there. When we got home, late Saturday evening, early Sunday, you're so far off and you're trying to get a million things done. I did kick in a small ride yesterday.
Did you?
Which was nice. Norman, it was kind of weird. It was kind of hot in that muggy.
It's been very muggy.
Yeah, muggy.
We've had a lot of humidity.
That's exactly what it is.
We've had a lot of that. And
did you have any bad hair days last week?
A lot, like every day. It's kind of my summer hair is always bad hair. Just, the humidity's rough.
Crazy.
And it's been very humid. I always joke you can guarantee Fair Week will be extremely hot, extremely humid, and there's always at least one storm. It happens every year. My entire life, as long as I can remember, you can count on that during Fair Week. And this year was no different. I mean, we had it every day. We were out there. It's funny, the first time we filmed out there, Steve, who we love, does camera work, he said, you're going to be glistening on camera. I said, so? I mean, I'm pretty much just like going to be everywhere we're at. If someone is there,
I don't know.
We joked and said, if someone is there and not sweating, or you see footage of someone at the fair not sweating, they are totally not at the fair, because it was way too hot. It was crazy hot and very, very humid. That's what's nice about California weather is it's gorgeous, but you don't have that heavy humidity. That was the mistake we made with booking our vacation in Florida. I joke now and say, no wonder the condos were on such good sale, because
It was
it's gonna be
yes.
it's gonna be intense. We've been looking at the weather, and last week one day it was 107, and you can bet. I mean, like where we're going, and you can bet that it is like 100% humidity. I mean, it's Florida, so it'll be.
Can I tell you one thing you need to do? And I know you have girls in your family, young ladies. You need the things that you pull back your hair in. My girls, what did for your little hair buns and stuff?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
when we were running, all my gals had their caps
This
on.
ponytail right here.
This
is what we do.
Oh my gosh.
Lots of ponytails. We carry them with us on our wrists and stuff all the time. They snap too. So, you'll have them in and you'll be on a walk or jogging somewhere. I mean, like just to get somewhere and it will bing pop. So we carry a lot of them.
Well, I will tell you, the vacation was so crazy. And like you were saying about the weather, 77 to 82.
It's beautiful.
Picture perfect. And I'm telling you, and I ran into, some great friends. They had dinners, which we'll talk about in a little while. But they all said to me, but you pay for this weather. In other words, we were talking about home prices.
Yeah.
And we were talking about different things there.
Certainly.
My one buddy did the day that I saw him for dinner, which we had a wonderful, wonderful dinner overlooking the Pacific. He had done a bike ride, 37.5 miles. He's doing a thing for a triathlon.
That is fabulous.
And I can't believe where he lives, the hills.
Yeah.
It is, I don't mean like little wimp hills. Mm-hmm. You know how we rode along the Lake Stone Lake?
I've been to San Francisco, so right. I know those hills. I think it is hard to imagine. I can't imagine walking that on a regular basis, let alone biking it.
Well, when you're biking too, and you're going up, and you're doing it so fast, and you're not moving, you literally, especially with me, I'm always afraid of falling over.
I'd be afraid of literally falling backwards.
Yes,
honestly,
I'm with you.
They are straight up and down. It's scary. I can't imagine. I can't imagine even driving it.
I actually had my Total Laporte shirt that I wore.
Did you? Sweet.
I felt like a stud.
That's right.
Because, people are like, oh, so tell me about this.
So you're a biker.
Yeah.
You are a cyclist pro.
Then they go, you're a biker with a little gut. No.
Oh, whatever. Please, listen to you.
Although I felt really good because we did do...
Very physical activity.
Every day, Mary.
Physical vacation.
We were crazy busy with life. I mean, from day one, we did stuff. We drove up along the Pacific Coast Highway. On our first day there, we went to see my sister, was right outside of San Diego. And her and her family were staying in an area called Mission Beach.
Okay.
Really, really cool area right outside of San Diego. Beautiful. But you could either go on the main highway, or freeway, which we don't like doing. We did the Pacific Coast Highway. So we drove down through, we stopped right by Camp Pendleton, by where all the guys and gals are at. Love it. Love our military. We did a whole hike up along that area. We had to change of clothes because we knew we were going swimming there. So we did that whole thing. Then we cruised through the Pacific Coast Highway up along the campus front in La Jolla. I'm not kidding you. It was just incredible.
Amazing. Your friend's right, though. You pay for it. My mother-in-law lived in San Jose for a while.
That's beautiful.
And it's outrageous. It's extremely, I'm not sure how California is so crowded because I think it's
How do you afford
difficult. How do you? But
you have to, as a couple, if you figure the average, and I'm just going to give you the average because I brought Holmes books to show you.
Oh, did you?
Oh, I sure did.
And you know what's funny? Lots of people have different hobbies that like little mindless activities. I love to look at houses. I love to look at houses.
Why?
It doesn't matter if I'm not moving. It doesn't matter if I can't afford the
house.
house.
I like the decorations.
I just like to look. It gives me ideas. I just enjoy looking at houses. So I will forever, if it's middle of the night, look at that or pets.
Or just do you cut out the pictures and post them on your refrigerator and put
I don't.
to be?
I don't do that. I don't. My kids are very funny. We live in a small house. We've always said how lucky we are that we can do all the things that we can, and that's because we stay in our small house. And our kids, it's funny, our kids actually get offended when we say we want to move. Of course I would love to move, but I wouldn't, they don't want to move. And
why? I'm with you. That's what I'm saying. Why would you move? Because that's how I feel. It doesn't have to be anything huge or whatever. These homes, just to throw this out there, 1,500 square foot home, which is a decent size, but nothing under 600 to $1 million.
Oh, absolutely.
And this was not in these. I'm not talking about on the water, near the water.
Wow.
I'm talking in
just
neighborhoods.
Anywhere. Yeah. Wow.
In the canyon, in the valley, but very cool. But I will tell you, some of those homes, whether it was Huntington, whether it's Newport, Laguna, just in that general area, anything that was near the water. And I was like, like my wife goes, guess how much that home is. Like she'd show me a
Yeah.
picture, cover the price. It's like, $1.5 million. She's like, that's for the staircase. These houses were like 6, 7, 8,
insane.
10, 20 million. I said, could you imagine first off what that mortgage note would be?
Right. Oh my
Number
goodness.
one.
No. Yeah.
Number two, even if you dropped a boatload of money, how about the taxes?
That's it. I mean, even if you had it, the cost to keep that is
Right.
incredible.
Could you imagine being a star? Like
No.
and having that kind of money? That's what I'm saying. It's insane.
No.
Or you say, what do these people do?
Oh, sir, I always wonder that just because, I love to know people's stories anyway. So I am always thinking that. What in the world do they do that allows that? Or are they just that great of planners? Clearly not.
No. Unless you're a Dave Ramsey fan.
Apparently.
Right.
I love listening to Dave Ramsey.
He's crazy.
Oh, I think he's fabulous. I always say, you know why Dave Ramsey's so rich? Because we all listen to him and we all buy his stuff. but he is amazing. I do. My brother-in-law is a huge Dave Ramsey fan and advocate. He says it definitely works, and it certainly does, and with a lot of discipline. And I lack thereof. The discipline. But you know what? It's just like with the working out. It's one little change at a time. So I can deal with that.
So the one day we went to a place we stayed literally right across the street from the Pacific Ocean. And the place that we stayed was absolutely gorgeous. But in walking distance, less than a mile away from the Crystal, it was the state park, Crystal Cove.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But on there, thousands and thousands of acres of walking trails. And I was explaining this before we left. I didn't realize what I was getting myself into.
Really?
When my daughter says, did you bring the right shoes, Dad? Yes, I did. And if not, we're going to go shopping for that. My daughters have all their workout shoes, my wife, everybody. We get into this, and you talk about crazy inclines for walking and hiking. You're walking down. Now picture yourself, you're all the way down and you're walking. Now you're down on the sand with these gorgeous cliffs and these just beautiful, picturesque things. Try walking back up. Oh my gosh, was that insane?
It's like a cartoon. I would be the one crawling, prying with my hands, getting back up.
Well, I heard a few people that I bicycle with in my head saying, do it.
That's it.
So, you're walking up
Yeah.
and I'm trying to run walk.
Oh.
And my wife goes, you're gonna lose the energy.
Yeah, you're gonna poop out before.
A minute of her saying, I'm like, I have to stop.
Yeah.
And then my
But
daughter's like,
it's
you're getting old.
fabulous.
I'm like, oh.
No, it's a great way to challenge the body. That's a little bit different though. I love that you brought up the walking shoes. One day at the fair was the sports medicine day. They had a 2-day part thing. Yeah. Well, the hospital is now utilizing a new kind of software. It's a technology called Dartfish, where they watch you do an activity, whatever the activity is, and can tell you where your weak spots are and what you could change to maybe improve your game or improve pain, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So the exercise they did on the first day was on a treadmill. And so I did it on the treadmill. It's just she said, can you jog? And I said, yeah, for a minute. And I laughed and she said, it's only 10 seconds. Sweet. I can nail that. So,
can you get the camera?
So we did that. Yeah, we did that. We were going, and I found that my left side, now I'm extremely right dominant, and I hate that I am, but I am. But my left hip is a lot stronger than my right hip, which surprised
how did you know
me.
That?
They video you on doing this thing, and then they break it down. And she says, "Look at this angle here and this angle here. Your right side is a lot weaker when it comes to my hip and my glute on the right side." And I said, "Really? Now that surprises me. Why in the world would that be?" And she said, "I don't know." So we're talking, and I was standing kind of with my left hip out a little, and she said, "Do you stand like that a lot?" And I said, "Maybe. Is that why?" and then she said, It would certainly make that hip engage more often, which would increase the strength on my left side.
Wow.
And I said, you know what? Come to think of it, and think of how long obviously I've been babysitting a lot longer than I've had children, but I have a lot of little cousins too. Just think of how often I've carried a baby because I'm so right dominant. It's my left hip is my baby hip, man. That's where they go.
Holy cow.
And so they said all of those things add up. So your right side is significantly weaker than my left on my hip and glutes. So they give you stretching exercises to improve that. She said it can also increase your hip pain, which makes perfect sense because there are times where we do a lot of walking or biking, and I have a lot of aching in the hips more than other areas, which is surprising. And she said that's probably why. And then she said, now look at your feet. So this software is amazing, honestly. And
I
they
would
use
love
it,
to do this on the air live.
Well, what's so cool is they can do this for all kinds of sports. They use this for athletes, professional athletes, of course. They use this in an industrial setting to where, say, someone has a lot of, they're a machine operator or something, and they have a lot of repetitive motion. They can do the same, video this and use the software to break down optimum movements to where maybe they're doing something that's causing a little bit of inefficiency or could cause injury over time, like shoulder pain or something. So they can tell you ways to improve this. I mean, it's truly remarkable. It really is. And so when she scrolled onto my feet, she said, "Watch your feet." As I was going, I was in my old ratty tennis shoes.
Well, you're at the fair.
Well, right. I was at the fair, and I would normally be in flip flops, but I knew we were going to be doing on this
Sure.
exercise, so on purpose wear my tennis shoes. But I have a pair of tennis shoes. I actually have two ratty pairs that are just old and ratty. I don't wear tennis shoes a whole lot unless I am working out or whatever. So I don't buy them very often. And she said you can tell that because of my step. When I step, there's not a lot of arch support left because they're just an old ratty pair of tennis shoes. And I said, I love these old Skechers. I've had these for years. I love them. And she said, that's fine, but you need a new pair, and you need a pair with better arch support because it's causing my feet to turn in, which is hard on the.
Maybe you can get a YoungerLife pair.
Yeah, that would be nice. It was very interesting.
Sign me up too.
There we go. We both need them. Wink, wink.
And our kids and our wives and husbands.
Because we're pushing this at home.
Listen, we'll walk every day.
It was just really, really interesting to see how important the correct gear, whether that be shoes or your helmet or whatever you're doing, whatever sport you're doing, is really vital.
What kind of a gizmo were you on?
Oh, no, it's anything. I was on an actual treadmill.
You were on
It's
a
cameras
treadmill.
that they have set up.
Wow.
It's these cameras that are connected to a computer and then they run this software that's called
do that all
Dartfish.
day.
It's amazing. And the next day it was about throwing. So that was really interesting. We had to pitch and you got to clock your speed, but also see how efficient you are as a thrower as far as the motion. So if you are a pitcher, say. We had a couple of kids, and there were lines. I mean, it was crazy long. People love doing this, but there were kids that were pitchers that were coming to see if their form was correct or not. It was really, really cool. And you know what a terrible thrower I am?
Did they clock it?
They did. So I did it. There was
Where you at? How many miles per hour? I'll say
I'm not a very good judge of that, so I would never have been able to guess.
I would say 52.
Oh my goodness, you so overestimate me. That's so kind of you. I threw 28 miles an hour. Now
that's like this.
The fast, it isn't. It feels like that. Now, had there not been a long line, I would have said, I get a redo. It was not a good throw. But there was one kid, I'm guessing 13-ish. He threw 61 miles an hour.
Wow.
Now, for the most part, everybody averaged I would say if you were to average it out, it would have been around 30.
I was going to say I'd probably be around that 25 to 30.
It was in the range if you averaged everybody. But a lot of the boys, it wasn't just kids. There were also adults. But a lot of the boys, they were writing down the kids. The kids were very excited to see who they did better than. You know what I mean? So they didn't write down the adults.
Did any of your children try?
No, my children, that was the only day I didn't take them.
Oh, okay.
They went every day with me. And I didn't take them that day though, so that was the only day, and I know they would have loved that. It's really cool, and they used a real radar gun. I mean, it was just
that's
fun.
what I think would be cool.
It was just really neat. But
why don't we get you to do, or I'll watch, and why don't we get you to run, and we can clock you.
0. Did it go negative?
He's reporting.
Yeah, I know. We could clock you.
Yeah,
that would be fun. It was really, really fun. So the fair week. We missed you terribly. The fair week went really good. It was different. Mike Sanders and I did a live show every morning, and then in the afternoon I went there, and they would film a little bit. We had as few as 4 minutes filmed, and as much as 19. It just depended on the day.
Wow! Why didn't you just get an hour in there?
Well, because we were trying to avoid any editing, so they were
were
saying we're going to just do little clips of whatever was happening
That's
right
cool.
then, and it was nice. So that way, the next day I came in and. Then we got to show that clip from the day before and then discuss what was going on that day. So it was nice. It was, we had a good time. It was very busy. There was a lot going on. Colorectal Comedy Hour was a big hit.
Oh, sure it was.
The hospital tent, actually, they were very packed every day. They did a great job. They handled it very well. I had told Mike, I was very impressed with how they handled it. And I feel like it was great to see them in such a proactive setting and in a fun environment where so people, especially kids, there's so many kids at the fair. You don't want them to associate the hospital with always negative or bad things as far as, you got to be sick or someone's, has a broken bone, we need to go to the ER, something like that. So it was nice to see them in such a fun way. And they do a very good job of handing out any recipes. There were samples. One day we did a mini health food fair. They were handing out samples. And I tried a salad that I thought I would never like.
What was it? Do you remember?
It was watermelon and feta. Now, I thought it was tomatoes when she took the lid off. It was watermelon, feta, cheese, balsamic vinegar, and mint tore up, like mint leaves.
Wow.
And I saw it, and I thought it was tomatoes. Like, from far back, I said, that looks amazing. And then she said, oh, it's our watermelon feta salad. And I went, maybe not. I was like, I was a little nervous.
Sorry, they're calling me. I'm sorry, what was that?
I have to go. No, I'm kidding. And she said, just try it. And I was shocked.
I'm sure, but the mint mixed with the sweet, mixed with the balsamic, mixed with
typically,
that's
with
cool.
tomatoes, to me, that seems like that would be a fabulous, chip dip kind of thing. But when she said watermelon, I was really, I don't like a lot of my fruit mixed with other things.
Yes.
But it was fabulous. Honestly, it was so good. I said, I am so impressed. This is delicious. And it was very satisfying. They had the steam table there, which is our favorite. Me and you, we love that. And they were doing samples of that. They had an amazing.
Did you munch out?
Oh, well, they have little samples. And I definitely did. And they had a smoothie bar.
Oh.
Samples of that. It was fantastic. So I mean, they did a great job. They did it.
I think it's great.
It was a really good week, and really busy. But I feel like a lot of people.
behaving in studio?
He did great. Yeah, I brought him fried. See, he doesn't eat a lot of I said, what's your guilty pleasure at the fair? Food wise, and he doesn't. He said, I'm gonna sound like such a nerd, but like a soda or something. And I said, what? I mean. Man, I need to take him to the fair and show him what we eat at the fair. We go home sick, and we're happy because it happens once a year. No, I'm kidding. We
no, but that's what
we honestly do. I don't crave the sweet stuff. My kids, of course, wanted an elephant ear and a funnel cake. One has powdered sugar, one cinnamon sugar, and so we get those and share them. We get one of each. They're big, and then they share them. And I feel like that's plenty. They don't need one to themselves. I mean, I don't know how honestly someone could eat one on their own. I really don't. They're big.
Mama.
Honestly, I could never. And that kind of stuff. Of course, I love a nibble, but it's not my thing. I don't crave that. I crave the fried cheese, like cheese sticks.
Really?
I crave the fried pickles, the fried vegetables. I love. So I brought in.
Fry them.
They're delicious. I mean. I love the fried vegetables, period, but the fried pickles are my favorite. And so I was telling Sanders about it, and so I brought him in a couple fried pickles. I said I will get an order, but I cannot promise you that I will bring the whole order in. So I brought in. He had a couple.
See you going.
Oh, I love them.
I know.
That's like my weakness.
All right, so J.K. said, "Hey, tell Mary I love that salad, but I use basil instead of mint."
I would like that better. And I'll tell you why. I love mint, but basil, I love. That sounds delicious.
Why don't we try that on the air?
We should. And I have the recipe because they handed them out.
Oh,
which is amazing.
Is that a Younger Life Live recipe?
Well, it is. I mean, they handed them out at the hospital tent.
Nice.
So I was shocked that it was as good as it was. But I love basil. I think basil, to me, I could eat basil on everything. I love it. So I think that's a great swap out.
So here's what we did. Now we ate. Now I'm going to be blunt and honest. We ate really good part of the vacation every day, and we ate fun. But I will tell you, based on what I was doing daily, hiking,
you worked
swimming.
It off, Mr.
I am not kidding you. There was one day that we went for an early morning walk. Now you're talking super, super early, okay? So we come back and we have for breakfast, all of us had oatmeal and we had fruit, and we were sitting outside just on this little patio. It was just relaxing as a family.
Yeah.
Right? We were drinking a lot of water, and I got to be real honest too. I love my margaritas and some of my other stuff. I had maybe a couple of whole vacation. I really didn't, partake. When I wanted one, I had one, but I wasn't drinking to drink. I was just having fun. But we would do these incredible salads mixed with the freshest, the vegetables and the fruit on the West Coast. It tastes so different to me, so fresh. Wow. But there were days that we were like just munching on these killer salads by the pool.
Yeah.
That's what we would have. We wouldn't.
That's
water
fantastic.
the salad
And
is
honestly,
great
even if
for
you,
great,
even if every thing you put in your mouth wasn't ideal,
right?
You still, it's input versus output. You clearly are putting out.
Oh my
you're
gosh.
burning. You're working it off. It's not.
Okay. Let me tell you the day we went to. I'm going to throw this out there. Okay. You're going to see where I'm going. So we get up early that day.
Yeah.
We do a walk.
Yeah.
We do oatmeal. We leave and we take a trek down to Malibu, which was a little bit later on, but it was Venice Beach and Santa Monica Pier. We have a family tradition that we go eat at this one fish place every time it's Santa Monica. So we get there. Now, this is where it got a little fun.
Okay.
We had some crab cakes. We had some fresh guacamole. We had some really fresh fish, right? We do that. So we're at the Santa Monica Pier. Now, to get from where we were parked to the pier was probably a mile. Because we didn't park because everything was packed.
Certainly.
So we parked a little further down. We walked all the way to the pier. From the pier to Venice Beach is at least 2 miles down the bike path. So there's massive amounts, hundreds and hundreds of bikers back and forth and back and forth. We walked all the way into the Venice Beach shopping area, walked all the way from the start to the finish, which was probably another mile or more. Flipped it back around, came back, went up by the skate park where Tony Hawk and those guys have filmed.
Yeah.
So we went over there and watched those guys. They were doing all types of athletic type moves. People were pulling themselves up. You're talking now, this is Muscle Beach. This is crazy stuff.
Right.
There are guys that were in their 80s that were so ripped, I was embarrassed. I'm like, look at this dude's chest. I mean, it's like,
that's not typical.
But it's not.
It's not.
Same with the wiser ladies and
the
wiser men. Right. So we do that. So we walk back. We're walking all along the way. We get all the way down. Devin and I were longboarding, not skateboarding, but longboarding.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all in one day.
Think of that kind of.
We figured it out just between Santa Monica, walking through Venice Beach and then back. Was well over 6 to 7 miles, not including all the stuff we did inside of there.
That's it.
Plus, we were swimming in the ocean during that whole time.
Yeah. See?
It was crazy.
See, and usually California water's colder, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how was it?
Awesome.
Yeah.
The water in Venice Beach was freezing, but I say freezing. Once you're in it, it's fine.
Yeah.
It was probably
once you're in it, numb, and then you don't feel it anymore. Right. That's cold.
That is, for me.
Yeah.
Well, because we're both swimmers.
That's it,
and we're used to like pools that are, if not so much heated, but the sun.
That's it.
I like the 80, 85-ish.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because the pool water at the place where we stayed, totally heated, and it was open until 11 o'clock. So Rick Federici was there. We would start off some of the days where we would swim in the morning.
Yes.
I literally would go swim before anybody got up.
Yeah. See, that's so nice.
Get out, go for a walk.
That's it.
Love it.
And that's a great balance.
Oh,
it's okay that you don't stick to a strict diet. They always say that's not a lifestyle.
I wish I had a Fitbit on me. Do you wear a Fitbit?
I do, but I think my Fitbit broke Fair Week. So I was charging it, and Mike Sanders, he's like, I want to see how much you walk on the Fitbit. I said, that's a great idea. I'm not going to put it on until I go to Fair and then just see, because we walk our butts
huge,
off.
Yeah.
And I put it on and it wouldn't turn on. It's like it won't take a charge.
Do you know who's awesome at that? We could talk to my daughter Devin
about fixing it.
Oh yeah, she's phenomenal. In fact, her Fitbit was screwed up, and you know what? You know how powerful she is. As a young woman, I love her. She made a call. She got online. They sent her a brand new one for free.
Oh, did they?
And she had to send back the other one, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if it is screwed up,
I need to really check it out.
I really wish I had a Fitbit, because just the amount of steps that we did the entire week. So that was one day. Yeah. And so even after we got back, after we came back, we went and drove into Malibu, and that's where we had a little something to eat up there. But we got off, we were taking pictures like off the cliffs, having a good time. We drove back in traffic for a long time. We got out, and then we went to a place called In-N-Out. It's a burger place out there. It's real famous.
How nice.
So we just had single burgers because we wanted to try it, but then we went out for frozen yogurt, and that was the night of all the Secret Life of Pets. We went to go see that movie that's been number one for the last 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. I don't go to movies.
Yeah,
it was a $5 show. It was late at night.
Oh, how nice! And it was a good movie.
Awesome.
We're dying to see that because there's
so cute.
There's a weenie dog. My kids are dog obsessed, anyways. Yes. But there's a weenie dog, and we have our dogs are weenie dogs. So we joke and say, we have to go see it.
Oh, you would love it. You know what? Try to find the family one because this was $5. You're talking close to midnight when we went. The kids are like, "Do you guys want to go?" I looked at Norma like, "We have nothing to do."
Why not?
That's exactly.
Why
You're
not?
on vacation.
That's wonderful.
We had such a great day. That day started super early because I was doing stuff even before we got into Venice and that whole area, and we came back. What a great time. After we even got done with the movie, we went back and we just bonded at our place.
Yeah.
It was beautiful outside. It was crisp, like 72, but like you said, it's not humid. We were playing Uno. I don't know if you guys ever do
we
that.
love Uno.
We love Uno.
We love games.
So do we. So we were playing Uno outside, and it was just one of those things where I looked at the time, it was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Who cares?
That's so nice, isn't
and
it?
then I got up the next day, it was like 7.
Whenever you want to.
Right.
That's what's wonderful about vacation.
You're right.
And about not overbooking a vacation. We love to do things.
So do
but
we.
We try really hard to not plan too much. You want to be able to relax, and you don't want to be saying to the kids, go to bed. You got to get up early because we're going to this. Now, occasionally, once or twice during a vacation to do that, that's fine. But for the most part, you want to just be able to just chill out. You know what I mean?
Agree.
So, I think that's great. I was really proud of you. We didn't hear from you here, which is good. You not calling in, just, I know when I came in on Monday, the air was down.
I heard that. Thank you, City Heating and Cooling, 872-8009.
When, as soon as I got here, I walked in and Mike Sanders said, so the air is broke, but someone's already on their way to fix it. And I said, oh, it doesn't bother me. That's fine. Bravo, already fixing it. I said, I hope you didn't call and tell Rick because I just didn't want you to worry about it. And then something else. Oh, the phone line. Then there was a storm and the phone line messed up.
We got blown out.
They came and fixed it.
They did.
It was all done. I said, oh man, I hope Rick's not all, worrying about work. I was glad you weren't thinking about it.
Can I tell you the way that I balance this? And this is another way when we're talking about balancing and doing different things. I did bring my computer. I did check emails, and I had to take care of a few things here and there, which I didn't mind because when I did it was when my wife and my 2 daughters were asleep.
Oh, that's
and my
nice.
body got me up. There
Just
were days that
naturally, right.
And you know what? When it was family time, it's like put the phone away, do your thing. Hold on, we got a couple people chiming in. Here's one that says, "Hold on, it's about your Fitbit." Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. So here, little Younger Life live action. Okay, it says Fitbit, Mary. You could download the app to your phone and use your phone to track your steps instead of using the unit normally worn on your wrist.
Oh.
I did not know that. By the way, welcome back. We missed you. And Mary, we loved you. You did a great job.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know I could use my phone to track it all. That's interesting.
That is incredible.
That's nice to know.
I want to throw this out there too, because I told my buddy who I know is listening right now, his name is Steve Grad. Steve was a huge talent in Chicago for many years on the radio, moved out to the West Coast and is now doing TV. He's involved with some huge projects, and in the last X years, he's lost over 90 pounds.
Wow.
He not only looks fantastic, but he is one of my friends that biked. He bikes in the canyon, in the mountains. This guy is crazy. He's doing a triathlon. I would love to talk to him. And I said, Mary Anthony would love you.
Yes.
His story is, you should see this picture of him before and now.
I'm curious what got him motivated to start. Was it health
His
issues?
weight was crazy, and it was health.
Yeah, health. See, that's...
And he actually, when you know what he said, and I love him for this, you choked up when you hear stories. He wanted to live to see his daughter's wedding.
Yeah.
That's it.
See, that's
He wants
amazing.
to
That's
live.
the best reason to change things. You know what I mean? For the quality of life, not because you got an event coming up. We're all guilty of that. Going,
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, we're going to this in a month. I better buckle
well, like
down.
this.
But that's it.
I saw a lot of
I'll
that out
nibble.
there. Hey, that guy's not smiling. Oh, yes, you are.
Am I smiling? I can't tell. People that get all the face work.
Like someone's like doing this now. Anybody that's watching the YouTube.com, live feed right now will know what I'm coming to. But they're doing this. They're saying, oh! What I mean?
They've had a few too many shots of Botox all over or something.
You know the other family fun thing that we did? You know those crazy faces you could do on your phone?
Yes.
We put the flower heads.
Yes.
People are doing that all over the place. We had so much fun doing that.
That's funny. I'm so glad you had a nice time. I didn't realize you had a sibling that lived out there. So you got to see family too.
Got to see family.
That's really nice.
So that was real nice. And friends. And, like I said, and I really I network with some really cool people out there, from the hotel to some of the, the bike places to whatever. And I'm telling you, I wish I would have had a GoPro. I videoed so much stuff, but you know what?
That's so
you know
hard.
what?
It's so hard to do that.
It's
hard
crazy.
to bring to do it in a way that we can share it on the show. That's
Absolutely
difficult
right.
to do.
Because I was telling you, we had Carly, Devin, Norm, and I at a point. What's that little stick you extend?
Selfie stick.
Okay, the selfie stick, right? So we had a selfie stick, and I'm holding it, but you're walking down. When you're walking down some of these, I say cliffs, but you're walking down, and you have to watch. You're gonna fall and kill yourself.
Oh my goodness!
So
Absolutely.
I even said, I wonder how we can do this, and we did a few things where then I was, doing one of these, and I've even tried this on my bike recently. I tried this the other day.
Don't wreck.
5-10 minutes. You're exactly right. Normal goes, you're going to kill yourself.
Don't wreck. It's
But
not worth it.
that's why I think the GoPro would have been really cool.
Well, there are just so many things I think that that we want to share when we're doing these things, and
Exactly.
we like to see what other people are doing these things too. It's exciting, and I knew you'd be getting a lot of physical fitness in, but you did even more than I thought you would. I joked with Sanders and said that I knew you would certainly be getting, if we were tracking steps, you would bury us as far as just fair walking, at the fair, but it's still, I walked my butt off.
The fair
there.
is huge. When you think about that, between 4-H, the arenas.
Well, that's it. My kids were there.
The
like
rides,
I said. So
the food.
We only ride one day. Dwayne teased me a little bit. He said, "You don't let your kids ride, you meanie." And we let them ride one day. You got to think too. For my kids,
Budget.
it's $120 just to let them ride. So, I always say one day they can do that, and then the rest of the time we're there for the animals. We live out in the country, so we see these animals all the time, but we don't own farm animals. So how often do they get to touch a pig and feel how bristly they really are, or
Sure.
Those things? How often do they get to feel the wool on a sheep? Or pet a baby goat.
I think that's awesome.
There was a miniature horse that had a baby with her, so she was a baby miniature horse.
Gosh.
Rick, honest to God, I made everybody go look. I drug Brendan and a couple people from the hospital down there. Although a couple liked him as much as I did. Brendan did. He said, "Yeah, it's cute, but whatever." He was not impressed. I said, "How can you look at this baby and not?"
And he's a dog lover.
He said if it was a dog, it'd be different, but because it's a horse. But it looked fake, honestly. And I talked to the I'm assuming the grandmother of the 4-H'er one day. And the baby's name was Vanilla, and she was 3 weeks old, and she only weighed 25 pounds.
Oh,
Rick,
my gosh.
my fat weenie dog is 25 pounds. And so, this horse weighed as much as my overweight.
That little dog is 25 pounds.
My overweight one is 25 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's hefty.
Get
but
a
this
Fitbit
little
on
horse,
that ball.
I know. It's crazy. He's so active. I don't understand how he's just so
That's so
thick.
cute.
But still, this little horse was amazing. So we were in and out of the barns a lot. That's what I want the kids to love, and they love Pioneerland. That's a huge thing. So
cool.
We were all over, just the fair, all over the place every day. I said we would go home exhausted, but it was nice, and it was a really good time. And they got to participate in some of the hospital stuff, and they liked that. Of course, they did.
Good.
They were all on the treadmill. That was fun. My oldest wasn't. She was watching a draft horse show at the time. That's what her best friend does. So she didn't get to do the Dartfish software on the treadmill. And I said, I wish she would have, only because she's a hurdler. She does hurdles and track.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So that would have been a good way,
to
check her form a little. But
sure.
Maybe next time. So we had a very active week, but I knew you'd bury us. I knew you'd bury us as far as that goes.
It was crazy.
I'm glad you had such a nice vacation. We definitely missed you.
Walking was just key to fun.
It's nice that you had bikes
so
available
much
at your
fun.
resort too. That's not a standard feature. There are places you can get them, but it's not a standard feature.
And at this particular place where we stayed, you could have rented the higher end ones. We stuck with what was afforded to us.
Well, not even just economical. It's also what is practical when you're. Yeah, when you're out. You're not going to be. That's it, and you're not going to be doing it day in and day out. You don't want to pay for half of what you could buy one for.
You know what I was practicing? You'd be proud of me. When when you swim, I'm showing swimming on YouTube right now. So when you're swimming, are you able to do this where you go? Take your breath. I can't do that. I was practicing every day.
I don't do that, and not only that, I think I'm
nuts.
a little bit of. I have to know what's going on around me, so it's like I have to be looking.
I could totally.
Do you know I love to tread.
Okay.
Treading water
Right.
is an incredible workout.
Love that.
It's a total body thing.
I did
so
that
a lot of times,
tons.
the kids are swimming, so I can watch kids. I'm just treading away, and I love it.
But if you dive, yeah, exactly.
I'm
the
all
octopus.
over.
Doing the octopus people.
Legs going.
But you know what? You're right, because at a certain point, when you do that for 15, 20 minutes,
yeah, it's exhausting.
You're so totally
If you,
working on
honest to God, set a timer for 15 minutes, my sister and I do this all the time in my parents' pool while the kids are swimming. So
That's
if you wanna
hard.
Tread. All right, so we'll set the timer for 15 minutes.
That's crazy time.
You're
Yes.
literally winded and exhausted by the end of that.
Hey, can you give me a hot dog?
It'll start out, we're visiting while we're treading.
Right,
and then pretty soon we're like, how much time's left on the timer?
Are you in the 4-foot section of Moss
Are
pool?
we nearly done? Can we go towards the shallow or my feet can touch?
Can I hold on to the end and just do my feet?
Yeah, it is.
Well,
it's a fabulous workout.
When you, for example, I was diving in and I could go real far by just, swimming.
Yeah.
But I can't get the groove. And I've been swimming since I was a little boy. Mm-hmm. But I can't get the thing of doing where you turn your head and you go, but then you take a breath and you're like, how do you
without sucking water
right,
and then
the water, that's what I'm saying. And by the way, the water in the pools there, it wasn't chlorine. I think it was way salt.
Oh, salt. Yeah, they probably are. I mean, clearly the ocean's salt water. The pools, a lot of pools are.
What are they? And that's the weird thing. So it's not chlorine.
Yeah, saltwater pools.
Saltwater pools.
Mm-hmm.
So are they using salt instead of chlorine? That's how
it's
you're a pool
different.
Kid, that's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, my parents their pool is chlorinated, but
so that's what we used to have for years.
But a lot of pools are moving towards saltwater pools. It'd be interesting to dissect exactly why, but I know though that it's easier on the hair and the skin, they say, than the chlorine.
Oh, really? I was going to say, yeah, that makes sense.
It does. It makes sense.
Because my hair didn't feel like straw, and I was very particular about.
When you get done in chlorine, it's rough on the hair and
like you said,
your
really,
skin.
your skin feels very
tight. It's dry and
moisturized
and drying. So apparently the salt's supposed to be easier on that.
Can I throw this out there too? You and I have talked about this, to watch your skin. And I really had to watch my skin. There were certain times, because the sun in California is way different. So there were times of the day where I'd be out swimming or I'd be out with everybody. Now, I never took off my shirt when I was walking or whatever, just because whatever. When I was swimming, I absolutely did.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of times that I had to put it back on after about an hour or two, because I could feel it was so hot. But the reapplying, my kids were so wonderful. Devin and Carly, even Norma. We would apply like every 60 to 80 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right on, according to our pharmacist.
Right. But I'm telling you, that's the real deal.
Yeah.
Because you really need to do that. And if there's one thing I could throw out there to folks, really be religious about that, because that's really,
it's so important. I mean, it really is. And it's not always easy or convenient to remind yourself that, but it's absolutely necessary, especially with when you're a little bit more fair, and you have to really watch those freckles and stuff too. So it's important to do that.
Do you dive when you swim? I'm just curious. Or do you dive?
Not really.
Okay.
So, I'm more of a, I like to, my favorite jump in is a froggy.
And which
ribbit?
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite. A ribbit. That's my favorite. Legs up like a frog. That's my favorite. I'm not very
we were at this place in Laguna.
Professional.
Where Devin, we were jumping off cliffs.
Oh man.
Small ones, but they weren't small, because when you look at me I can do that, and then you get up and you're like,
someone pushed me, or I can't do it.
I was a high dive kid, and I used to actually do where you do the inward one and then dive.
That's so scary.
I love that.
It's so
Off
scary.
of that, it was just like, no way. But I was afraid that I was going to crack my head open or do something like the split.
Absolutely.
Because if you jump in the water, you could actually hurt your feet if you're landing wrong.
Well, I mean, if you land wrong or there's rocks. I mean, when you're talking, you're in the ocean. There's rocks and there's
that scares
land
me.
mass like that. That's very scary. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And no, I'm not very professional about any of my. I'm not that skilled. I don't worry about that. When we're jumping, we jump as a big group. Everybody's screaming, or we do the froggy, or I'm not a huge cannonball fan. I feel like I'm too.
Cannonball.
That's my kids' favorite. They love that.
They love it. Well, the splash.
No, that's it. But or they even belly flop, which is crazy. They'll do that on purpose, and they'll say, "Hey, watch this belly flop."
Oh.
No, thanks. I'm out. I'll stand out and bravo you, but I'm not going to do it. We love to do that. It's still in good fun. But as far as like swimming form, like you were talking about, no, I'm not really particular about that. My favorite's the side stroke. I remember literally learning the side stroke from. I have to say. I'm going to shout out to Mrs. Serwick, was my elementary school
Rock on.
Gym teacher, and we had a swimming segment every year. And the side stroke is just my favorite. She would say, you're holding a basket of apples, like, on your side, and you're going to reach out to pick one with, say, your left hand. You're reaching out and you're putting it back in the basket. You're like, it's the side stroke. I don't know. I love to swim in the side stroke. And your legs kind of like scissor out. It comes up and forward.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing
what I mean?
Now
You're on the
it,
side.
yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my only swimming technique that's probably an actual real swim move.
The
Otherwise, I'm just playing.
backstroke is easy to do.
Oh, yeah,
once
it
you
is.
learn.
I think I'm just still, I need to know what's going on. I feel like I can't see anything. What are the kids doing? You know what I mean? So I rarely swim on my back or float on my back. I don't sit around on floaties. I never do that, like on a raft. Mm-hmm. I'm always up, just kind of watching and observing.
Bean-bomb.
Treading, side stroking it, whatever. It's fun. I can't wait to do it on vacation too. I'm so excited.
Well,
and I have to have my Fitbit or download
are you
that.
doing Florida?
Thank you, call it. Yeah. And we're doing, we're skipping Disney this year when we go. We went 5 years ago. It's been 5 years. But we're going to do Universal.
Universal's awesome.
I heard on the morning show you guys mentioned Daniel Radcliffe. I'm kind of a Harry Potter nerd, so.
Oh, no, you will freak.
I'm looking forward to trying that.
That's great stuff.
But that's why I need to make sure that either my Fitbit I've got back up and running or download the app on my phone.
Download it, do it for free. I'm
certainly curious how many steps we'll be taking.
You will be rocking it.
Yeah, we'll be walking our butt off, that's for sure. But
it was one of the coolest things outside of the fresh fruit and the fresh salads and some of the great stuff we ate, fresh fish. Some of the best things that I ate on the backside of things was like cheesecake on a stick with chocolate.
Really? I've never tried it.
Little,
yes.
They're
big, bites. It's literally a sample kind of thing.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
But see, the weird thing is, and I really believe this now that it has happened to me several times, when you don't eat sugar for the longest time, or you don't have sweets for the longest time, and you put that stuff near your mouth, not only do you get tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the weirdest thing for me personally, but you crave more food.
Yeah,
like they say
absolutely.
Sugar makes you hungry.
It's chemically alters you. It really does. Absolutely. I've watched enough documentaries now to know it certainly is true, and there is science behind those decisions that you make, and you don't even realize it. So,
do you guys grill where you guys stay? Because we grilled several times.
We love to grill. We're staying in condos, so we
nice.
will. When we get there, what's nice is we'll go grocery shopping.
That's what we did. We love it. We save so much money.
Well, what's really nice is when the kids say it's evening and the kids are hungry. Well, if you're at a resort, you're much more inclined to get not so great of food, especially late. You're going to say, oh, okay, this or that. But if you go shopping in advance, it's easy to stock up on yogurts and fruits, obviously, and vegetables.
Sure.
Stuff that they can snack on that is at least better for them, better choices, especially when you're talking late at night and stuff like that. Even us, when we get the munchies, it's a little easier to pull out maybe some of those pretzel thins and a plate of carrots versus calling and saying, hey, bring us up on room service nachos and cheese or something.
That's what I love. I mean, we grilled, and as you know, we had Andrew in here. We actually bought, very affordable and again a great taste, we actually bought zucchinis, yellow squash, and we were cutting them up and flipping them on the grill.
Yep, it's amazing.
But we were making some really awesome and affordable dishes, and even for breakfast, and that's why we loved staying where we stayed. It was like a condo, and we loved it because we were able to, like, every day if the kids wanted like eggs or just something like scrambled or something better for you, healthier, because a lot of these places you stay in, they're like, we've got free breakfast and it's like donuts, bagels, and just garbage
stuff you really
don't want.
You want in very little, I say not even moderation, in very little bits.
Well, that stuff again, to me, I find it makes me sleepy, or it gets me tired, or it gets you like, ugh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
I want to stay motivated.
Yeah.
When you're literally
I'm glad you bring up motivation. I watched a very interesting TED Talk that TED Talk it's a thing.
Sure.
I love it, and there's a lot of different topics and subjects. I watched one on motivation. I'm seeing if there's a way we can actually share it. It's not long, and share it as part of one of our shows about motivation.
Well, motivation is the key to success.
I know about everything, really. Yeah. Everything, If you're motivated, just
you'll execute. Yes.
Well, just like goals, you have to set goals. I don't care if you're setting a goal to get the house clean, clean this room today or whatever your goal is. You have to set a goal. It could be something as silly as walking your steps or whatever.
Let's put that down on the Mary Anthony list of things to definitely jump on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would love
Absolutely. I think that it was really good. I'd love to share it.
Okay. I love
with our radio audience.
Okay. So we will do that. The other thing is, while we've got a few minutes left here, let's chat about tomorrow's show because we got a lot of stuff coming up.
Tomorrow, we have not seen our Younger Life challengers in almost a month. Mm-hmm. It really has been. It's been so long. So Jackie, Jenny, and Dwayne will be joining us tomorrow.
Are they all going to be here at once?
As far as I know,
yes.
I have not. I will send a final, hey, you coming or not later today. But as far as I know, everybody, last time we talked, said we're definitely all on for tomorrow. It was good with everybody.
Love to see everybody.
I can't wait. I feel like we just haven't seen them in so long. I'm curious to know as far as how their motivation has been and anything new that's kind of pushed them along. Or, like me, if they're having every now and then they go, okay, we're going to restart tomorrow, kind of thing.
We all
and that's
do that,
okay.
though.
Oh, absolutely.
We are adjust.
But I'm just curious. That's
adjust.
it. Adjust.
Let's use that word here.
Okay, I like that. So I really look forward to seeing them. And, Mike asked me last week, are we going to break out the hoppy balls that are still here? And
I saw those still here.
We might have to.
There's 6 of them stacked
While they're
up.
here, we might have to. That way I can get them out of here because they're big and they take
Jackie, are you showing up tomorrow? She's here.
Sweet.
So we've got the executive producer of filling up the balls.
Yeah, it would be great.
Sanders is off a couple days this week on TV projects.
Yeah, yep. And he actually was just on vacation this past weekend. Went to go see his daughter. They were taking a family road trip to Kentucky, where she's stationed, to go see her, and now her natural habitat in the military as military police. So
beautiful.
I said we really look forward to hearing about that. He and I, when I was talking about wanting to do new types of workouts, we did. I had read this article on military inspired workouts, and it's called rucking. It's weighted backpacks, and he and I tried it just for a minute.
Wow.
I knew he had done it before. We literally did it. We only walked to the woods and back just because it was just us. I could see where it would get challenging, but the calories you burn on a ruck walk where you weighted backpacks versus a regular walk, it actually bumps it up to where it's near a jog. It's crazy. Even though you're just walking, you're engaging so many muscle groups, you burn just as much calories as you would on a jog.
We need to expand on that one too.
No, it was cool.
Because for people like me, I don't enjoy running because it affects me in a different way as I get older.
Again,
walking, I'll do it all day.
Run only if someone chases you has always been my theory. So anyways, it was really interesting. We had a nice time. So we're going to be talking workouts this week too.
Awesome. So we're going to have a fun time. On behalf of us all at Younger Life, thanks to Jackie, our executive producer, Sanders with the day off. I'm Rick Federici.
I'm Mary Anthony. I'm so glad you're back. We missed
you. I love you.
AM 1420, WIMS, Michigan.